So I found myself a car park about half a kilometre from the falls. I saw on a sign it said free. So I thought, oh, it's free of charge. Turns out it meant there were free parking spaces, but the charges here are not too bad. It's 5 francs for the first hour and then 2 francs for each hour afterwards. So I've crossed the Rhine River. I'm now on the south side of it in the canton of Zurich, and I've walked up towards an old castle that's been here for about 1,000 years. It is called Schloss Laufen, so Laufen Castle, and not only is it an incredibly historical place, but it also has this viewing area here. Now, from this particular viewing area, you can't see much of the waterfall because they have a viewing platform for that. They sell you a ticket, 5 Swiss francs. I've bought one out of the machine over there, and I'm about to enter it into the entrance, which is somewhere over there near that tree. And I think it takes you on a little trail alongside the castle and then down to an incredible viewing platform. Well, that's what I've read anyway. So let's go and find out. Here we go then, we've made it in. If you measure a waterfall by the average amount of water flowing over it over the course of a year, then this one is the largest in Europe. It is called the Rhine Falls, and it is spectacular. Take a look at this. The Rhine Falls were formed about 15,000 years ago, and they are 150 meters wide by about 23 meters in height. The average flow in the summertime is about 600 cubic meters of water, and in the wintertime it's about half that. So in terms of records, the lowest amount of water ever recorded coming over the falls was 95 cubic meters a second in 1921. The most was 1,250 cubic meters of water, and that was recorded in 1965. Incredibly enough, that is over 15 times more water coming over at its record high than what was at the record low. Look at this, more incredible views below me. I think we've got to go through here now, so we can't go back to point of no return. But do we want to? Look at that, absolutely spectacular. I've got a feeling this bit is the wet zone. Let's not get too wet. Let's have a look. So when I looked online, I noticed that the last boat is 17:20, which is about 40 minutes time, less than that now, probably about half an hour. So I've decided I could have caught a boat across, but I decided to walk down onto this old railway bridge here and head over in that direction, hopefully up onto the bank there, and then across all the way around over towards the docking station. The cost is 20 francs, which is about 18-19 pounds sterling. That is about 21-22 euros. The trip lasts about half an hour, so lucky I checked, because if I'd just wandered round there, I probably wouldn't have caught the last one. Here goes nothing. Well, I've made it onto the yellow rock boat, and I just asked the captain on the way onto the vessel, how wet do we get? And he said on the way back you might get pretty wet, because there's a lot of spray and it's blowing, the wind is blowing in the wrong direction for us at the moment. So I think what I'll do is I'll try and keep this camera going as long as I can, and maybe use the GoPro on the way back. 5 minutes until we set sail, and there's only 2 other people on the ship. Could this be my lucky day? Okay, we're on our way. There are 5 of us in total, so it's pretty much a private tour for 20 Swiss francs. That is a good price here in Switzerland. Rhine Falls actually answer the question, why are there so many small villages and towns in this area, including Schaffhausen? Well, if you go back to the Middle Ages, the River Rhine was an important trade and shipping route between Basel and beyond in the west and Lake Constance in the east. But when the ships carrying goods and merchandise and food and products got to this part of the River Rhine, they couldn't get past the waterfall and rapids. So they had to offload the goods and bring them around on horse and cart to the next section of the river, where they put them back on the boat. And just for good measure, the city or the town of Schaffhausen used to charge a toll or a tax for the products and merchandise that passed through the town. Very good, thank you. Good bit of sailing there, if that's what you call it. That was pretty tough getting into there, all the rapids and the power of the water. But here we are, we're just about to climb up to the top of the island, but look at that magnificent, once in a lifetime stuff. It is just incredible to be here, I've got to tell you. This is Switzerland. He'll be back in about 20 minutes to come and pick me up. So let's go and have a look at the view from up top. Here we go then. Swiss flag flying above us. And take a look at this. Absolutely unreal. Look at those rapids. There's the bridge that I walked across a little while back. I'm not getting too wet either. So unbelievably enough, I am the only person at the top of the rock in the centre of the Rhine Falls. I bet that doesn't happen very often. It is thundering in terms of the sound. The water crashing down the rapids. over the waterfall. It's spectacular up here. I could stay up here for hours actually. Look at the rapids down here behind me. Look at that, unbelievable. And then behind me we've got the most pronounced parts of the falls. And look at that, we've got a train coming across. It is just magnificent. There we go, nobody else here. Well, I'm not sure it gets any better than this. What a magnificent place. The Rhine Falls in Switzerland. Right, thanks for joining me. I'm about to head back across the water and I've got a 90-minute drive to my next destination. Hopefully I'll see you there. We are heading south towards the mighty Swiss Alps. I cannot wait.